You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
feeling fresh as hell.
Well, you guys better enjoy it. The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Do this together. Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Well, hey there, folks. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog, sitting with my buddy, Kev Huggin Duggan.
Hey, Wolldog, how are you today?
Well, I'm probably better than Kyle the Coach Duggan right now, unfortunately. Yeah. We are recording this. Yeah, we're recording this on Monday night, folks. We waited till after the Aztecs against the Huskies, and didn't go as planned. Yeah,
did
not go as planned.
The game literally just ended like 5 minutes ago. So yeah. It's a fresh open wound and a bummer, but I'm proud of the Aztecs for what they were able to accomplish this season. Oh, yeah. It was pretty amazing. So
it's farthest they've ever gone before, right?
Farthest a Mountain West team's ever gone since the Elite Eight.
Jeez.
So. We're not a basketball podcast, so we're not going to chew your ears on with this, but thanks, Aztecs, for a great season.
Absolutely. So we'll see if Kyle can drag his butt on here and, put on a smile, but don't keep those expectations low, folks.
We could have an Ask Boltfam appearance by the coach. So
we'll see. Fingers are crossed, but we've got plenty to talk about this episode here, folks. We've got a fan focus and a Craig experience, and as always, an Ask Boltfam. But let's start it off here at the top with a text that Kevin sent the group.
I got it from our Instagram. We have somebody that listens to our podcast. Sent us a little something that was unexpected.
Yes, this was from a positive charge who sent us a text saying, "Dude, turns out you guys are bad for my health." And we immediately grabs our attention right in the first sentence. Bad for your health.
Yeah.
Or K. Why? Listening so intently on my run, I got hit by a car running through the crosswalk.
What?
No shit. Dude, this is how Apple Watch saw it. He sent us a text of his running route that his Apple Watch, and there is a bit of a woo.
It registers like it caught some air. It landed over on the other side.
The lines don't quite connect in one of the spots.
I'm so sorry.
That is terrible to hear. Bruised ribs and a hyperextended knees, bumps and scrapes, but altogether pretty damn fortunate. Car coming at me said he was blinded by the sun and frost on the windshield, didn't see me at all. So
he was blinded by how beautiful you looked in the backlit sun. Yeah, Chargers just like glow radiating off of you, and it blinded him. And
wow. I'm glad you're okay. Glad you're all right, and you're able to send us this text. And we want to laugh, but at the same time, we're very concerned for your health.
I'm so glad you're not really hurt. So yeah. Sorry, our bad.
Yeah, we'll try to tone it down for future episodes for you, buddy. All right. Well, let's just get this sad stuff out of the way, folks. I mean, there hasn't been any news about us picking anybody up or drafting any new not drafting, but signing any new free agents or anything like that. It's just been bummer city for this last week because we found out our personal. Let's save that one for the end. First, Jordan Schultz tweeted out DeAndre Carter signing a 1-year deal with the Raiders up to $2.375 million, which, I mean, I don't know. Did you foresee him going somewhere?
I was a little surprised that he went to the Raiders for this little. It just shows that the Chargers are just not messing around with, the kick returner is not as important as it used to be in the league with all the touchbacks. And,
I guess that's true. Yeah.
They can find somebody, I guess, they save $1 million because he was like 1.3 last year. So he got an extra $1 million from the Raiders. So I don't know, kind of surprised, but bummed that he goes to the Raiders.
Right. Yeah. The bummage is definitely that he's going to a division rival, but I don't know. DeAndre Carter, I thought would have at least stuck around because now not only is there a question mark for a wide receiver position, but now there's a question mark on who's going to be returning those punts and those kicks. So
we've got some work to do.
That was unexpected to see. But the big one that broke all of our hearts was to see that Steelers are signing our fan favorite, Breiden Fehoko, per his agent. So
that was like just dagger, just a full dagger.
That was really tough to swallow because not only, I mean, he became a fan favorite during Hard Knocks, which was, I mean, everybody who watched Hard Knocks saw it, that he did the Haka dance, brought all the guys together. It's a constant gif that people reference now whenever it was time for Breiden Fehoko to have something to celebrate about. And it was a rough, weird last season as far as like, is he on the team? Is he on the practice squad? Like, but near the end, he was a solid guy, like
so
for our
good.
final drive. Yeah.
And you know, the saddest part, and I didn't even really think about this until one of our listeners, Melanie, messaged us. She's like, but we never got to see the sack dance.
Dude, the same thing. My dad mentioned that.
You're right. Yeah. That's so sad. Like, made me really bummed out. And I follow him on Twitter and everything. And it's just like hearing them talk about it. And it's because I follow his whole family too. Like his mom, his dad,
mom and his dad.
Yeah. And they're all excited. And I'm like, I can't be excited for this. Like, this is such a bummer, man. Like, I don't know. And he was on the podcast like 3 times. Like, personal, know him pretty well. He's just a great guy. So it's just a super bummer that he's not going to be coming back.
Yeah, not just a fan favorite, but a favorite for us on the podcast for him to be so gracious to come on multiple times to chat with you is really something that it's special for us because we don't necessarily get a lot of players on here.
Yeah.
But he was so generous with his time, and it is so sad to see him go to another team. And if he does ever end up getting that sack dance, man, it's going to be bittersweet.
Well, here's the deal. I always unfollow Chargers when they leave. Always, because I don't want to see an opposing team in my feed or anything like that. This is the only one for the last however many years I've been on social media where I'm not going to unfollow because I got to see that sack dance, and his family's too freaking cool to not follow them. Like Billy, like working out and like drinking his like
it gets
specialty
my mood
drink.
Right, man.
Yeah, it's just like I'm sticking with them. So got you, Breid.
Absolutely. We'll still support that man and hope he has a great career maybe he'll eventually come back. I don't know. I'm sad.
Maybe we'll see if we can get him back on. Maybe we can get him back on and still do our yearly interview with Breiden. I'm gonna hit him up. I don't care.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Well, some positive something to look at. This isn't necessarily news, but Pat Thorman on Twitter tweeted out a stat in regards to our new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, about what the Cowboys did with Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator in these
4 years.
The 4 years,
yeah, that he was the OC.
So in points per game in 4 years, he was first, and sixth.
Okay.
Yards per game, he was fifth, first, and first.
Oh wow.
Situation neutral pace.
Not sure what that means, but it sounds impressive.
I was just going to ask you what
I don't know.
does that even mean? Well, apparently they were second, first, and fourth. And then top 10 no huddle percentage each year. Plays per game, first, second, and sixth. And this was all with Dak Prescott as well as the backup quarterbacks that they had whenever Dak got hurt.
Yeah.
And he punctuated all of those stats with they let Moore go for Brian Schottenheimer. So
these are all awesome. Like, and it's consistent. So you love to see that. The one that I like is the yards per game. That's really fun. But also the no huddle. Like we did a lot of no huddle last year, but it was not very inventive or exciting. And he does a lot of no huddle. And I think Justin is the perfect quarterback to like, once he can get a hold of his system and get settled in, he's going to be a great at the line of scrimmage kind of, come up with a plan kind of quarterback. So
I agree.
I'm really excited to see. Just a quick reminder. It's like we're getting all bummed out about some of this stuff. But like, oh, Kellen Moore. Yeah, he's our offensive coordinator. How rad is that? Sweet.
Yeah, the guy who got first in points per game for 3 out of the last 4 years. So, something to absolutely remind ourselves that there is something to be excited about this next upcoming season, even with some of the fan favorite players that are going to other teams.
Yeah.
This team is poised to make a big difference on offense coming up this next season. So something to chew on. And then Tom Telesco was recently interviewed about the team, answered some questions. This first one on how satisfied he is about the free agency period. He said, I liked how it came together because we were able to re-sign some of our own players. You like that?
So that was good.
that was good. Certainly the Trey Pipkins situation, that was kind of a big deal for us to keep him here. The whole process never goes perfect, but I think from where we were as a football team, cap space wise, where our roster is, what our resources were, I think it went pretty well.
No, it's cool. And the Trey Pipkins stuff, I don't know if you follow Duke Manyweather over on Instagram, but he posts he has offensive linemen come down for like 3 weeks at a time, I think. Yeah. And he posts all the stuff they're doing. It's out of the 4 guys that he's training right now, 3 of them are Chargers.
Right.
So it's, we're
talking Rashawn Slater, Trey Pipkins, and
as it Foster Sorrell.
Oh, Sorrell, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, you got all of the tackles are there essentially. You got every single tackle the Chargers have is training over there, and that's a good sign, especially for Foster Sorrell. Like if what happened to Trey the first year, literally one off season with Duke Manyweather, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Let's just I don't understand why we don't just offer him a whole bunch of money to be our offensive line coach. I don't understand.
Probably because he makes more money doing what he does.
He probably does.
That's a good point on Foster Sorrell, because that was a guy that was supposed to be one of the top tackles in his draft class, and ended up not being that way after getting injuries. It was an injured, right? Yeah.
Injuries and then some technique issues and stuff, and he was just kind of a project that we brought in because he was that. So keep building him up and keep getting better, and this could be a good little tackle room.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. And then Tom Telesco on the addition of linebacker Eric Kendricks said, played against him for a long time. There's 2 things he has. He has incredibly quick eyes, like he sees things so quickly. And then physically, as an athlete, he's super quick and can run. So those 2 aspects of a linebacker are just really key to have. And then his makeup as a leader is really, really good. He's excited about being here. It was a big part of it. So yeah, we're excited about him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a huge upgrade. Like I watched a lot more highlights and some games on him on YouTube recently, and he's just faster and he hits harder. He's more of a threat at the line of scrimmage when he gets up there to fill those run gaps. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Yeah, watching his highlights, seems to be an all around linebacker. He's able to do a lot of stuff and with a lot of power.
Yeah.
Even though he's in the latter years of his career, the guy seems like an absolute stud. So I'm excited to have him, and as a team captain, or as a leader that Telesco said. So
sure.
Great to have him. And then Tom Telesco on his assessment of depth throughout the roster said, well, it's not perfect, and it's March 27th. We've got between now and around Labor Day to get it exactly the way we want it, so we can kind of keep working at it. Hard to give a generalization of where it is. I don't know where it is. Really won't even know until we hit training camp, and to be honest with you.
Yeah. There's some glaring needs that we're going to need some of these draft picks to fill. That's just the way it
big
is.
Time.
Because we still have a little bit of money to spend, but, I don't think that's really going to happen. We're not going to pick anyone up until we know what happened in the draft. At that point, we have so much capital and so many players, hopefully 7 new players, or maybe even more if they do something crazy, come to the team. You need to evaluate what that is, who are starters, who's going to be the backups. Then you can look at how to fill out your roster. So
exactly,
it'll be dynamic. And this draft is coming up quick.
Yeah, we're finally in the month
days.
of April. Yeah, this is our first podcast in the month of April, so it's coming in hot and heavy, and boy, we can't wait for that to happen.
Cannot wait.
And we can't wait for you to go on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/ChargerChat. Check out all the funny videos we have over there, and as per usual, you got to respect the streak here, folks. We've got 2 new names
respect the streak
that are on our Patreon right now. The streak is alive and well. And this week we have Caleb DeMello and Moonstruck as our new patrons.
Welcome to the party, pals.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining, and we really appreciate it. And if you don't want to go to patreon.com, that's all right. You can go on over to our regular website, chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers in our member section and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check out chargerchat.com. All right, folks, it is now time for Fan Focus. This is a gentleman whose name we have shouted multiple times in Ask Boltfam. It's fun to say. I don't know if I've been saying it right. So I'm praying. I've got my fingers crossed.
I believe I didn't ask, but I'm pretty sure we've done it okay.
Well, if he didn't correct you, then I'm going to keep on saying it. Let's go on over to our fan focus with Atheer.
Kadir. All right, guys, we are back with another fan focus, and we are super lucky to have Atheer from Sterling Heights, Michigan. What's going on, Atheer?
How are you, sir? I am doing well, thank you.
We're excited to have you, man. We interact with you a lot on social media, and I feel like I know you pretty well right now with all your comments and everything you say. So, man, let's get this kicked off the way we always do, brother. How did you become a Charger fan?
Okay, so my story is kind of a little bit weird to some other people. I was really not into football. I didn't know anything about football, NFL, Chargers, or anything. So in 1994, I believe that was the year, the special year that we went to the Super Bowl. I was watching, the first game I watched was against the Raiders. Okay? And I was watching this kid quarterback named Stan Humphrey was just lighting it up, throwing dimes all over the field. We had that big lead, and then we let the Raiders come back to it, and we survived at the end. I think it was like week 4. And then the following week, I was like, this is a very interesting team. Let me see what they will do. The following week, we were at home, I believe week 5 against the Chiefs. And I believe we just dominated the Chiefs.
Love that.
And after that game, I really fell in love with Stan Humphrey as the quarterback. Like, I became a fan right away of this quarterback. And as I kept watching, the year goes on, it was just an amazing run. And I was like, you know what? I don't have an NFL team. I live in Michigan. The Lions are terrible. They've been terrible for all these years.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and pick up a team. So at that time, I had to pick a team. And I had a nephew. He was like about 7 years old at that time. He's from LA. And he's a Chargers fan and a UCLA fan.
Okay.
And he was telling me some stories about the Chargers team, and all the things, that they are a great, exciting team, but sometimes they break your heart. But which team in the NFL doesn't break your heart? Okay? And after that, I just stopped following the Chargers. And it was really exciting year. I knew we was going to, okay, I'm going to be honest, I knew we was going to lose in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to tell you a lie. I did not give us a chance against the 49er team that was just stacked. But I was like, if we lose by less than 10, I'm happy. And the point spread at that time was 23. And I took it and I put $300 and I lost it all.
Oh, man.
And then the Chargers got blown out by like 28.
Yeah. What a year to start following the Chargers. Like the year you're like, you know what? Week 3. Raiders, this looks like fun. And then you next thing you know, that's the first time and last time we've been to the Super Bowl. So what are your thoughts on kind of since 94, you've been a long time fan. What's it like being a fan now and kind of how you see the team? Are you like, what are you excited about?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think the last 3 years or so with Herbert, I'm just like super pumped about this team. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of Staley. I don't like to see my coach get fired or anything. Some of the decision making that last year drove me crazy as a fan. Our defense was like not good. But I think I told everybody, I made a bold prediction. Okay, now it didn't happen last year. But I did say Herbert and Staley is going to win the Super Bowl this year. They are going to break up the team next year because they're not going to have the money. They're going to suffer a little bit. They're going to build it again. And they're going to come back and win back-to-back Super Bowl. and end the streak that has been going on. The last time team to repeat was 2003, 2004 Patriots. And it will be the Chargers that will end the streak, not anybody else. So I'm really excited about this team. I just love watching Herbert, man. Just amazing kid, amazing talent. Like, I've never seen, and I know Rivers was good, and I love Rivers, but what Herbert is doing, I've never seen anything in the Chargers since probably Dan Fouts, and I don't even watch Dan Fouts. I never got a chance, but looking at some of the stats, I think that's the closest to comparison to what the Charger passing game look like with Herbo.
Yeah, it's so crazy the fact that we went from Phil to now Justin, and like it's just the confidence when you have a good quarterback, anything is possible. And I am pulling for your prediction that something good's going to happen this year because I love that energy, brother. I love it. So, going into this year, there are obviously some little things we need to do to make this team stronger and better. So who do you think, what position do you want to target in the draft? Do you think can immediately make an impact for us?
I'm a fan. This is the year that I think where we need a depth, but we don't need like just any depth. I believe that we need a backup to be an impact player. I'm not a big fan of trading down. I don't like that trading down, trying to get more picks. I know you want to add talent and all that, but I will do this. If it was me, I'm not the GM. I don't have no say on this as a fan. I can only give my opinion. But I would literally move up from 21 to 15, right? I will sacrifice next year's second, and I will go get Nolan Smith.
Okay.
To me, Nolan Smith is the guy you do not want to miss because I think he can come in there in the game as an edge, as a rookie, with Joey Bosa, with Khalil Mack, right? And to me, in the NFL, you know how that goes, Kevin. You can't block everybody.
Nope.
I don't care what anybody says. If they got 6 on the line and you bring 7, they can't block everybody. Somebody is going to be free.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we added Kyle Kendrick this year, and I love our secondary. I'm going to give you a bold prediction that nobody will ever think about.
Let's go.
I'm gonna give you 2 bold predictions. How about this?
Double down. Let's go.
Double down. My first bold prediction, I think Asante Samuel will be named Defensive Player of the Year in the AFC.
I love that.
My second bold prediction, I think the Chargers will go 5-1 in the division, sweeping the Chiefs and Broncos. Somehow, some way, we're gonna lose to the Raiders.
Okay.
I believe we're gonna go 14-3, number 1 seed in the AFC, and I believe this is just my prediction. A divisional round rematch with the Jaguars.
Okay.
And we are going to beat the Jaguars 58-3.
Oh my God. I need to go to Vegas. I'm going to write all this down. I'm going to see if I can get a parlay for this because I want that money.
Okay. Now you ready for this?
Let's go.
The AFC Championship game is going to be Mahomes and Chiefs at Herbert. The Chiefs has owned the Chargers in SoFi. They 3-0. Mahomes is all 3-0. I think we finally will beat them this year in SoFi. But I believe Herbert outplay Mahomes, beat the Chiefs in a close game because it's a Chiefs close game. I got the Chargers winning 31-24, advancing to the Super Bowl in Vegas. And by the way, one last thing I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
One of the key of my bold prediction, the Chargers will open the season week 1 at the Raiders, will get a win, and they will close out the season at the Raiders Stadium to win the Lombardi.
Oh my God. Atheer, I could not be more excited for football season after talking to you. This is ridiculous, man. You're a hype man. You need to be our official hype man for Charger Chat.
I am happy, man. I am happy. I got so much faith. I got so much faith in our defense this year. I just don't see our defense can get any worse than what it got last year. But I was watching this show's called Nuts and Bolts, and I told them last November that Kellen Moore is going to be the next Charger OC. And the season, the season was still going. They all looked at me like crazy.
Did you called that?
I called it. You can ask James from Bolt Bros.
Okay.
I told them last year when they would talk about Lombardi being fired, I told everybody, Kellen Moore is going to be the next OC for the Chargers. Now, everybody's telling me now, why did you see that coming? Because of Herbert. Because of Herbert and what he can do with Herbert. And I think this is the year where you're going to see a totally different offense from what you saw last year. Kellen Moore is not going to take his foot out of the gas, my boy. He's not. He's lighting up the scoreboard. So I'll give you a small example. We're playing the Chiefs in Kansas City, right? The score is 14-10 Chargers in the second. 4th and 5 at Kansas City 23. Our defense is playing well. I can guarantee you this, my life on this. Kellen Moore is going to tell Coach Staley, stay out of this. I'm going forward. Our defense is playing well. I want that 7. And you're going to get that touchdown and you go up 21-10. That's the difference I see from Kellen Moore this year. I think Herbert is going to be awesome, healthy all year long. They are going to explode. It's not going to be pretty. I'm telling you, our offense, I have a feeling is going to be a top 3 offense in the NFL this year.
Oh my
That's
God.
why I got them going 14-3. That's why I got them 14-3.
I love it, dude.
I don't know how they're going to lose. I don't know how they're going to lose 3 games, but somehow, somewhere they're going to lose 3 games. But I think they're going to have the number 1 seed wrapped up in early December. How about that?
I love it.
How
dude.
about that?
I'll take that all day long.
Early
Atheer.
December. Early December, my bro.
I love you too. You're hilarious. I love your energy. Let's get you out of here on this, man. Your best chart. You know, if you've been a fan a long time, what's your best Charger memory? Best Charger moment?
This best Charger memory for me. That was, I got 2 of them, but the first one is very easy. 1994 AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. I don't know how long you've been a Chargers fan, but I'm going to tell you a stat that you don't know nothing about that I found out about 3 weeks ago, and my mind blowing up.
Okay.
Do you know what the Chargers record in the regular season in Pittsburgh all time?
I think I've seen something. I don't remember it off the top of my head, though. No, tell me.
0-16.
Okay.
Do you know what our record in Pittsburgh in the playoffs?
What?
3-0.
Let's go.
Explain that to me.
I have no idea. That's insane.
That makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
A Southern California team play better in the cold. So Chargers memory, obviously, the AFC Championship 94, my boy Stan Humphrey. I'm at work, but I got his jersey in my home. I got Stan Humphrey jersey. I got all 3 quarterbacks. I got Humphrey, Rivers, Powder Blue, and I got the Navy Blue with Herbert.
Love it.
My second best memory is, that's everybody gonna love this. Include Will Dog. My boy Will Dog is going to love it.
Okay.
LaDainian Tomlinson breaking the record.
Yeah.
Against the Broncos and MVP. That was the year that I'm telling you about. 2006. That was the year that the Chargers should have won the Super Bowl, and Peyton Manning got a fluky Super Bowl ring because he played the Bears, terrible team with Rex Grossman. The Chargers will have crushed the Bears in Miami.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Those are amazing. Those are amazing picks. I think the LT, huge. And I've been a fan a long time. I remember vividly watching that Super Bowl at my house. I was young. I was 10 years old, but I remember that vividly. Been a fan a long time. So those are great, brother. I can't tell you how much fun this has been. We're going to have you on again once we get closer to the season so you can get us all hyped up again.
Hopefully, Kevin, my dream this year is to come to a Chargers game. I am planning on to do that.
Let's do it.
There. Thunder Alley. I want to meet my boy Will Dog.
Let's
man.
go.
So the coach. I cannot wait till I bring some serious heat on the coach. Okay? Because the coach make me mad sometimes when he's telling me, "Oh, the Chiefs, I got to worry about." To me, I think this year the Bengals are the Chargers' biggest threat. I don't think it's the Chiefs. I think the Bengals. But I am gonna tell you something at the close this out to make you happy. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to get a ticket. I've never been at a Chargers game before, but I am going to do whatever it takes, whatever it costs to get a ticket to the Buffalo game.
Nice. Yes.
I want that game.
That'll be a good one to go to for sure.
Yeah. I know it's easy to pick up the Raiders and the Broncos and possibly Chiefs from Mahomes, but I want to see that Josh Allen, Justin Herbert game because I think this is where the game, man. Defense is out to the window. Forget about it. I think we're still going to win, but it's going to be like a probably 48-42 game.
Okay. I love it.
It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be shootout, man. That's it. And I want to come to Thunder Island, man. I heard a lot of great things. So hopefully I meet the Chargers chat guys. My boy Will Dog. Tell him how much I love him.
I will.
I know when he's going to see the interview, he's going to go crazy. I love him so much. I am so happy to be a Patreon member.
We appreciate you, brother.
You got the sweatshirt. You got the sweatshirt. I'm going to buy it.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
going to buy it before. I'm going to buy it before the season, but I don't know how to take a picture and send it to the Charger chat with my new sweaters. I'll try to figure out.
Well, I will personally help you. We'll get it all set up, dude. We got to keep this going. I love chatting with you, brother, and let us know what game you decide you're going to go to, and we'll try and get it all connected, and we'll take you through Thunder Alley.
Oh man, I'm excited, man. My new wife has changed. By the way, she used to be a Raiders fan. Okay,
it's good thing you fixed that.
She was a Raiders fan, and then for the last 3 years, she's been a Chargers fan.
Good, awesome.
She's got every. You're not gonna believe this, Kevin. She's got. When it comes to Herbert and who else? I think Herbert and I think Keenan. Herbert and Keenan or Herbert and Ackler. She's got like every single color, every single name in her locker. Just about Herbert. She got all Herbert jerseys, awesome. all the colors. She's so crazy about Herbert. And the last thing I want to tell you, sometimes she make me upset. She said, honey, I think I made a mistake being with you, man. I should have go ahead and start dating Herbert. I said, hey, girl. I said, hold on, my baby. We are a couple right now. You need to slow down. Okay, that's my guy.
At least give me an autograph. At least.
Yeah, I told her, honey, you're going too far now. I know you love Herbert, but I'm your husband. Herbert is not your guy.
I love it, dude.
We have fun, man. We have fun.
Well, you're the best, Atheer. Thank you so much for coming on, man, and we'll definitely talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Look forward to see you, man.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later.
All right, my boy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Atheer, I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. Coming into this episode, our heads were hanging low for the Aztecs, and we were like, I mean, we're struggling to find the energy. I don't think I've cried laughing while watching a fan focus.
That was so good.
Ever before. That was... That was so good, dude.
He has so much knowledge about the Chargers too, and like just the crazy stats and stuff. I talked a little bit beforehand. He is a super fan, dude. It's crazy.
He's coming up on being a 30-year fan.
Yeah.
So this is he's been in it for quite some time and has the receipts to prove it with all of the with all the jerseys and everything. Atheer, man, dude, that was awesome. That was so freaking fun.
He likes you a lot.
That's fine, dude.
I'm okay, and he's got some fucking bones to pick with Coach.
He makes me mad sometimes.
I love that. I love it.
Atheer, we got to have you back on again,
Thanks,
buddy.
brother.
That was a lot of fun. Yes. All right, gang. Well, I don't know how we're going to follow that up, but we're going to turn it on over to our next segment. You know him. You love him. Oh, it's the Craig Experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy Stewart.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh.
Craig Experience.
Hello there.
Make yourself at home. Got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
Okay. I might be a little excited about this one. So much so, let's skip through, get through the pleasantries, and right into the business. CC Gang. The biggest of salutes, and to the rest of the Boat fam. What's going on? She got Craig in Texas. And welcome to another pre-draft edition, prospect breakdown edition of the TCE. Let's go. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this up right away. You know how people like to get on your case when you find a player that you like and maybe the name's been buzzing out for a while, and then you express how much you like the person, and then the first thing they want to say to you is, well, you didn't figure anything out. Everybody knows that guy's good. You're just jumping on the bandwagon. Not this guy. For those of you who weren't already aware, you may be new. Bam. That's right. See that date? So just so you know, I'm not only on the Zay train, I'm the freaking conductor. Just need to clear that up. On to the specifics. Zay Flowers. Why is he a fit for the LA Chargers offense? For a couple reasons. We know that we need that explosive element, playmaker that can stretch the field. But not only that, it's not all Zay is. He's multifaceted. He's effective at every level of the field. So that's short, intermediate, and deep. And you may have heard me use this phrase a bunch of times when I was talking about what the Chargers needed in the passing game. They need a creator, a playmaker, someone who all you need to do is get them the ball in space and let them do their thing. They don't necessarily need to be schemed open. Just get them the pill and let them go to work. He was Boston College's only real weapon in their offense last year. And the reason I ran across him 2 seasons ago is because looking around and, played with Zion. And so in watching Zion, you can't help but notice this wide receiving dynamo who was making plays all over the field. And that's when he caught my eye. And ever since, he's been my dude. So again, we're talking about someone who in that offense went for over 1,000 yards and 12 TDs as being the primary offensive weapon. So we're talking about defenses keying on him, putting their best defensive secondary player over him, sometimes double teaming him, and he still produced. So that's saying a lot. Think about putting him in the Chargers offense where at best on most plays, depending on who's on the field, the formation that they're running out there, he might be option number 3 if the play isn't specifically designed for him. So you're talking about someone who's used to being the guy going into a scenario where he no longer has to be, but he's also someone who's used to coming up big and making big time plays. I'll take that. Versatility. He's 5'9", and he was 170 pounds last year at BC. But he played 66% of his snaps on the outside. So all this, he's only a slot player. Miss me with that. Not true. So what this tells you is you can kind of maneuver him around the offense however you please. He added 13 pounds of muscle just before the combine and still went out there and ran a 4.42. So if you had to ask me, being a person who understands when you're putting on mass, how it affects your athletic ability. If the dude's running a 4.42 with 13 pounds heavier, albeit all muscle, he's probably closer to a 4.3 guy. But it's just me, my personal experience, also being around the game for 30 plus years. So if you want to take my word for it, cool. If not, do your thing. But he showed up at Indy and still blazed it. Yeah. Can he be a gadget guy on jet sweeps and double reverses? Yeah. Can he be used as more of a move guy to stress assignment soundness on defense pre-snap? Yeah. Any special teams value? Do you like the idea of having like a high level athletic talent with like superb start and stop ability with supreme twitch and explosiveness as your primary return guy? He can be that. Okay then. I mean, moving right along. You want to talk about the drop rate. I know that's going to come up. 10.3%. Cool. So I'll tell you what you need to do. Go look at who was above him in drop rate in the NCAA last year. And when you see the name, I need you to keep the same energy when you're critiquing that wide receiver because the name might surprise you. Anywho, is he worth the 21st pick? Nah. I mean, why would you want a guy that can provide you all of the above and has also demonstrated the chops to become a dominant route runner as well? I mean, he's shown top tier footwork, quicks, and the ability to get in and out of breaks with like next to no wasted movement. I mean, why would you want that, right? I don't know. But look, I've been on my high horse and planting this flag at the top of Zay Mountain long enough. This is where I stand. This is indeed my dude. And do I believe that he should be an LA Charger if he's on the board when they pick at 21, if they do indeed stay at 21? And the answer is undoubtedly, unequivocally, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. He brings so much, or would bring so much to the offense that is sorely needed. And you talk about giving that type of weapon to Justin Herbert. You want to see him reach his full potential as a passer. You want to take some of the stress off of him. You want to not have to find a guy to toss the ball down the field 260, 70 plus yards, even though he's able to do that to make a huge play. You want a dude that maybe can take a slant 3 steps and in. I mean, if you understand how slant routes work. Number 2, if I say a number 2, wide receivers out there know what I'm talking about. Runs a 2, then take it to the house 60, 70 yards out. Cool. You want to run a 0, a hitch, comeback route. Anything short, but can make a huge play out of it. This is the type of player the Chargers offense sorely needs. And again, If you'd rather maybe like a one-trick pony who's good at that one thing, and all you're thinking of is a straight line speed dude, then to me, that's more of a waste with the 21st overall pick or first round pick in general, as opposed to someone who can offer you multiple things. I think that's pretty significant value, actually. You're talking about being near the back end of the first round, the back third or whatever, and you can find a guy like that. Why would you pass on that? See, the thing about it is also is a lot of people have got this misconception that every 5'9", 180-ish pound wide receiver is the same. No, not true. There's no other player in this draft that does exactly what Zay Flowers does. They may have players that have bits and pieces of his skill set, but not the whole pie. Get what I'm saying? So, yeah, they could wait. And if he ends up a Kansas City Chief, then I don't want to talk about what I would do. And we're happy here, and it's all positivity. So we're going to avoid that. Actually, we're going to speak it into the ethos. That ain't going down. Won't happen. So for my pick, if he's there, that's my guy. And I would love to see the Chargers go that direction. But anyway, I appreciate you guys again for tuning in. It's been another one. You know who it is, Mr. Bolt Gang of Do Not Bang. See the new draft hat? Cool, right? Not my favorite, but still dope. AKA TOP_FLYT3. And hey, also, I'm a new co-host over on the Lightning Round podcast. So if you want to check me out, catch me additionally elsewhere, other than just here with my guys at the CC, come through over there as well. But again, until the next time, y'all take it easy. Be cool. I will see y'all later. And Kate, love you. Bye.
Well, what a ringing endorsement from our very own Craig
Flowers. It is.
Yeah, Mr. Flowers.
But the thing is, there's so many people that have so many good reasons why this guy or that guy is the best guy. Yeah. And I trust Craig. So maybe I didn't really give a good enough look at Zay Flowers. So maybe I need to go do that. So.
Well, he gave a lot of good reasons as to why. And I mean, my ears definitely perked up when he talked about a returner, which is obviously now
we need one
point of need for this team. So could be interesting. Could be somebody to keep an eye on for sure. Yeah, there's God. It sucks being at 21 because I mean, Zay Flowers could go in the be the fifth pick. Yeah, and you just don't know. You're so far down the line. No idea. I mean, it's going to be a crazy draft to see what the Chargers go with at 21.
I feel like we're going to get lucky again this year in some weird way where a guy is going to fall, just like how we got Slater. I feel like this feels like a year where there's so many quarterbacks and who's going to do what up there.
Yeah,
I just feel like somebody that shouldn't be falling to us is going to get there. And then we're going to be like, oh shit, we didn't talk about them that much because we didn't think they were going to be there. That's the kind of the energy I get for this year.
Like we did with Justin Herbert.
Exactly. Oh, stop it. Shut up.
No, I mean, no, Justin Herbert was my responsibility to be like, hey, Adam, you go look at this quarterback. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. We stopped doing that in the offseason.
Yeah. That wasn't our forte. But,
I got burned hard by that one. But I also want to shout out, we're getting close to the 100th episode of the Craig Experience.
Really?
So, yeah, we're the build-up. We're a couple away from 100.
Wow.
So
wow.
He's just been such a great guy. He's been with us since the very early days. So thanks, Craig, for everything you do for us, brother.
Yeah, hats off to Craig. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and the lightning round, he's working with those guys now. So it's awesome. I love it.
Well, we love and appreciate you, Craig, and can't thank you enough for coming on and giving us another awesome insight into a player that we just don't know nothing about, but you clearly do. So thank you for that. And now, folks, it's time to go on to the next segment. Ask Boltfam.
Let's go.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Don't jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam, and look who made it in just in time. Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
I was sulking about that San Diego State loss, but then the Padres really came through for me.
They just totally redeemed themselves.
They cheered me up, although One's a national championship. The other is a fifth game of the season against the Diamondbacks. But it still helped. It helped.
Yeah.
Pod's walking off. It helped.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad to have you because it's Ask Boltfam, and surely there will be a question here that will further divide this podcast.
Who's fighting today?
But before we get to that, folks, we just want to remind you, we get a lot of questions from time to time about how do I ask a question? And I'm not making fun of anybody that's asked a question recently. It's just, it's come up so frequently. We want to let everybody know, hey, this is a friendly reminder. We have our website, chargerchat.com, and there's an Ask Boltfam tab right at the top. That's the best method because you don't have to wait for a Twitter post or a Reddit post. You can just go, you can go there right now.
Anytime of the week.
You can go there right now and put a question in right now. It could be 2 a.m. and you're like, you know what? I just thought of a question.
You know what?
Got it.
I'm really pissed off at Kevin. I got a good question question for him.
How could he say Viking?
Apparently, Atheer's got some personal shit against me. So hop on there, Atheer. Let's hear what you got.
Atheer's never been afraid to be on Ask Boltfam, so Atheer's got it down.
Yeah,
he knows the routine.
Got this.
So the website,
he knows how to ask a question.
chargerchat.com. That's the best way to do it because you can do it anytime you want. Otherwise, we have a Twitter post that we'll put up on Sunday. You can just tag on to that, put your question in, or we have a Reddit post. We also do it on Reddit. You can just tag up on that as well if you want to wait for a specific post. But if you don't want to wait, chargerchat.com is the best way to get a question.
Check it out. There's sick merch over there too.
That's right.
Absolutely. And I can almost guarantee that if you send us a message on one of our accounts, it's probably not going to get in because Adam collects them all. And
I know. I am the one who collects.
He is the collector.
I am the one who knocks and I collect questions.
Collector.
Yeah. So if you send a direct message, I know you think, well, this will be the easiest way. I promise you it's not because it just gets lost and forgotten. It's tough. So I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to, if you have a question, that it gets asked. So those are the best avenues to get the questions in. And I wait until the very last minute, Monday evening, to get all the questions put together. So that's the best way to do it. So without further ado, let's start it off with the first question. We started off with XMJ, who asked the question. Can I ask a hockey question?
If it's Kings related, let's go Kings. Playoff hockey time,
go
boys.
Kings. We clinched.
Whoa.
We did. We're in.
All right.
So sure. Yeah.
You can ask. We're not super...
Dude, if we got people asking us about Vikings and saber-toothed tigers and ninjas and samurais, you can ask a hockey question.
I'll wax a little poetic about the Kings. They are my hockey team, so I'll talk a little bit about them for sure if you want to talk about it.
Don't ask about the Sharks.
Or
Don't
Mighty
ask
Ducks.
about the Knights.
I can do that too.
Yeah.
The goals?
Mystery Alaska.
The goals. Yeah, the
goals. Yeah, for sure.
Bring it.
All right.
Bring it.
So we'll see you next week, XMJ. But thank you for asking the question.
That was somehow funny.
Find a way to get creative. Get creative and make it somehow Charger related hockey.
That'd
question.
be cool. Yeah, if you could twist it, then we can all be involved.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking. Let's move it on now to capital Age 7637,
certified fresh,
who asked the question.
Does Tom Telesco have compromising info on Dean Spanos? What stiff from Notre Dame will he reach for this year?
Well,
a little salty.
A little salty. Well, capital Age 7637, a little salty. Compromising info? I don't think so.
Some sexy photos, maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Hey, listen, I won't rule it out.
Look, there's been some family drama within the Spanos family, and maybe Tommy T hit up D and has got the goods. You never know.
She's got the deets, if you know what I mean. From D.
Right. D gave up the deets.
D gave up the deets to the T.
And then I'll pretend you didn't say stiff, but what Notre Dame will we reach for this year? I mean,
does Jerry Tillery have a sibling?
I mean, well, we're rooting for Michael Mayer, right?
Yeah, but that's not a reach. Yeah,
I don't think that'll be a reach.
Maybe he thinks it is. So
I'm sure some people will think that Michael Mayer.
If you think Michael Mayer is a reach at 21, then maybe that's our reach.
Then that's a possibility.
That's our stiff.
But didn't last year we didn't draft any Notre Dame dudes? I don't think we did.
I
think we were Notre Dame list. So
we're due.
So we're due.
Yeah,
we're due.
Right.
It's been
We go a whole year
long.
without one. We may get 4 or 5.
Put
this year.
all your chips on Notre Dame.
4 or 5 Notre Dame players. It's been far too long since the last time.
So there you go. Capital H7637. Hope we answered that question for you. Let's move it on now to Boltville 714, who asked the question. What's up, dudes? So I was surfing my way through the internet the other day, totally shredding, of course, trying to find any info on this year's draft party, and I happened to drop into a gnarly article. It said that the Chargers had proposed to have this year's draft party at the Manhattan Beach, but that the Manhattan Beach City Council turned them down. I was totally bummed to hear that the reason they totally bailed out on the decision was due to the concern about the amplified music, the crowds and parking, and the general impact of a large public event that would run late on a school and work night. Like, who the hell are these pedal puss, squid lip, dick dragon, city council beach bum kooks anyway? Although the Chargers were nice and polite and understanding, I say f them, bro, you know? Like, they can ragdoll all the way to hell. Because, like, could you imagine seeing Justin Herbert at the beach with his golden, beautiful hair flowing so majestically through the breeze and his 150,000 hairs basking in the sun? Like, the heavens are opening up a spotlight on him and he's walked into the scene. I feel like we totally got snagged from a bitchin' rad time. Anyways... If you were in charge of planning this year's draft party for the Chargers, where would you do it? Who would be your featured guests, like celebs or players? Alrighty, catch you later, dudes. And remember, if it swells, write it. I can't love you. Bye.
Oh, that was good. Bitchin' rad time.
That was very Spicoli. I could just picture Spicoli in that.
Yeah. Being mad at city council, showing up to the meeting.
Dude, let's party.
It's a school night, dude.
It's a school night. Whatever. Okay.
Shit.
That's bummer to hear. I didn't hear about any of that where they canceled the draft party.
That takes some research. I feel like that's
I mean,
they turned down some money for that. They probably could have made couple bucks.
I don't think
Manhattan
Manhattan Beach is worried about the outside money.
Apparently
I think
they are
on the inside.
Soft.
So, all right. Well, if we were to have a draft party for the Chargers, where would we do it? OG's?
OG's Carmel Mountain.
OG's perhaps?
OG's Carmel Mountain for
Might
sure.
I recommend OG's?
No, I think maybe Justin Herbert's new house.
Yeah, house
Please
party
do.
at Justin Herbert's.
They just like, hey, Justin, we're going to have the party at your house this year.
Could you make like 5 or 6 briskets?
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Fire
just
up
like
the Traeger.
Right after he
fire
gets
it up,
his
baby.
$500 million contract and he gets one of the biggest houses in LA. It's like, party at Justin's house.
I can get behind that for sure. And then what celebs or players would we have as our featured guests?
Gotta have Tom Cruise. Maybe Brad Pitt.
Gotta. Yeah,
Gotta.
it's a staple.
Obvious.
Obvious reasons.
Obvious. Yeah, Tom. What is the guy that plays Loki? Tom
Hiddleston?
Hiddleston. I just finished Loki, so I'd like to meet him. Who else? That's all I
personal.
got. That's all I got.
LT.
Yeah, you
Sean
got big players.
Merriman.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, previous players.
Phillip
LT,
Rivers.
Merriman, Gates.
Phil at Justin's house.
Oh,
Let's go.
Phillip Rivers.
You know they're
at
hanging
Justin's
out.
house.
They're hanging out in jacuzzi,
Done.
talking about what Justin needs, like the little tips. They're hanging out.
You see them? I can see them in board shorts. Phil's got the cargo pockets really long down to his shins, just posting up in the
Down to his
jacuzzi.
shins.
Yeah. He's
That's
got like
good.
socks with sandals, the whole deal.
I love it.
Visor, glasses, all of it.
It's on.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's our
A lot of-
dream draft party right there.
That sounds pretty freaking awesome. Count me
Just
in.
me, us three with Phil and Justin.
Yeah, nobody else.
No one's invited.
Briskets.
It's our party.
It's our party. This is our time down here.
Yeah.
It's our time down here. Boltville, you can come though.
Thanks for the question, Boltville, but this is our party.
No Boltvilles allowed.
You can be my plus one.
Kidding.
Boltville.
Yeah,
Kidding.
You're the plus one.
You're the guest of honor, of course.
Why?
Boltville.
Apparently, me and Kevin's wives aren't invited, but
No.
you can come.
Boltville's my plus
or your
one.
kids or anything like that. All right. Boltville 714, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Tom Telesco's burner account.
TTBA.
Who asked the question? Yo, what's good? It's me, Tommy T, on his burner account, yo. I have a rap for y'all. Okay, here it goes. Chargers. It's all up on my mind. I need a Super Bowl win before I go, before it's my time. Bolt up, baby. I hear it when I sleep. Staley, you better stop the run. I'm begging you on my knees. Because if we do, I feel like Kellen and Justin will lead us to Las Vegas in February. Get it done, Coach Staley, by any means necessary. I love you, Staley. I just want us to win so bad. I like the Kendrick signing in the middle. I am glad. He can shed blocks and light boxes, which we wish we had. Be a true signal caller. I love you, Drew, but that was the past. Let's draft offense in this draft and put the pedal on the gas.
Ooh, nice.
My.
Might need to put a beat underneath that.
Probably not, because I don't think I had a rhythm to save my life.
I don't know if there was a consistent beat there.
One of us could have jumped into beatbox.
We
could
have helped.
We just,
we could have.
Yeah, we just left him hanging.
Watched. Yeah.
All right. So offense in the draft. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the move, really.
Yeah.
Whether it's wide receiver, tight end, or even another lineman, or as some people have been saying, potential running back. Like, who knows where it's going to be, but it does feel like offense is going to be the first pick in the draft.
I think it depends on who falls, even at that first pick. You know, it's like
for sure
if one of those top guy falls somehow with all the quarterbacks going on a run, or I don't know. I feel like it's possible that if a pass rusher's there, they could go, but it all feels like it's pointing towards wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, heavy in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we feel you, Tommy T's burner account, but thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Jermaine Williams.
Certified fresh?
I don't think so. Who asked the question? What's the one thing you guys would all universally hate or dislike simultaneously on draft night? And what's one thing you'd all be in unison if it were to happen? K, love you boys. Bye.
I'm so sorry. You were on like 2 episodes ago. I'm a mess.
Off night.
It's all good.
Off season.
It's all right. It's all right. Tighten it up. We've still got plenty of questions here.
Lock
it up.
So what is the one thing you guys would all universally hate or dislike simultaneously?
Rain.
Rain.
Show me rain. Sorry, Kyle. We surveyed 100 people. Rain was not one of the top answers.
Rain's on draft night. Would you guys enjoy that?
That's actually a really good answer. Yeah, that would
tornado
socks.
A tornado would suck.
Show me socks.
Show me bad weather.
Yeah, we've just been hit. Like Midwest just got hit with a whole bunch of tornadoes, and April's the time of the year.
Think about it. Think about it. Would that be
fun? Go tornadoes? Yeah, tornado would be the worst thing that would happen.
Natural disaster. That's first for a thing we would. Honestly, there's not much we can agree on here. We don't agree.
Think we can all get behind tornado.
All 3 of us agree. We would all agree that a tornado on draft night would not be good.
We could just say Mother Nature. Like, just don't fuck with our night. Okay.
Yes.
We'd have another.
I haven't even seen. Is Union Station, is that outdoor or indoor?
I think it's outdoor.
Really?
See?
Okay.
Rain doesn't sound so bad anymore, huh?
Hey, you made a good point.
You want to sit in a poncho? I don't think so.
Hey.
You want to bedazzle a poncho or what, Wolldog?
Yeah.
Hey.
Lock it up, Rain Boy.
Lock it up, Rain Boy. What was the game show you were referencing?
Family Feud.
Show me rain.
Oh, God, that was good.
All right. Well, what is something that if it were to happen, we would all love in unison?
I think if whoever picks 20 doesn't get their pick in time. That would be pretty
just slides to us.
Yeah, like that would be pretty fucking awesome.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be, yeah.
All 20 people in front of us are all like, for some reason, they're all stuck in traffic.
We get the first pick.
We're the only ones sitting there waiting and being like, oh, nobody's going to show up.
It's my dad in fantasy football where he can't get his internet to work on Yahoo.
Cuts out. Yeah, that's inevitable every year for one pick.
Just my dad for 20 picks.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
I know you. I know.
I was gonna say
you wanted players.
I know
with this question, but
be specific.
Yeah,
be specific.
You weren't specific enough for me
because we will find a loophole to get out of questions whenever possible.
Masters of loophole.
Yeah.
Us and Loki.
That did not go the way I expected either. But hey,
show us loophole.
Show us loophole.
Jermaine Williams, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Rebolted 2006, who asked the question. Decided to hit up Austin Eckler's Experience app and had the best talk with him. Guy is a humble dude that really cares about the fans, and I support him 100% even past his career. Was honestly a great experience, and I thank him for taking time away from his crew watching the UConn-Miami game to talk with me. Encourage all the fans to hit up his Instagram and Experience app to see all his content. With that being said, here is my question. If the Chargers trade out of 21, which scenarios would you be okay with? 1, Chargers roll with Everett, McKitty, and Parham. 2, Chargers roll with Joshua Kelly, Isaiah Spiller, and find a rookie not named Bijan or cheap vet to replace Roundtree if Eck holds out / is traded. Or 3, only depth pieces are added in the draft and Herbert rolls with the same weapons from last year minus DeAndre Carter and with a new Kellen Moore system in place. K, love you, bye.
This is cool. I heard that you can have a hangout with Austin on his app. So this is cool. He sent us a picture of it too, which is awesome.
Yeah, send us a shot of him talking with Eckler, which is again another reason why we love this guy. Yeah,
he's a great guy.
But look, no one hates on Austin Eckler on this show. No. We love that guy. I want him to be a Charger forever, but at the same time, I want the Chargers to win. So if our roster construction requires a change, that sucks, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted Phillip Rivers on our roster until he died. Just keep him on there. So that just sucks. It's a part of the game, but yeah, he's a great dude.
It is. So with the question, which of these 3 scenarios are you okay with? 2?
I think 2.
I'm good with 2.
I think I'm okay. If we don't have Austin, we need to address that real quick because I think Everett, McKitty, and Parham can hold some of the fort down this year if we need to. But running back would be huge if X not there. I like Joshua Kelly, and the interview with Telesco and they're excited about Spiller and what he can do. But it's hard for us as fans because
we haven't seen it.
We saw one preseason game where he got hurt. And that was the last time we really saw him play football.
Isaiah Spiller, he was a young rookie too. It's not like he was 20. He wasn't like a 7th year COVID year guy that redshirted and transferred. And he's a young guy that was just coming up into the league. So I think his best years are definitely in front of him. Josh Kelly was just starting to figure it out last year, got a little dinged up, but played well when he played. I don't know. I just think that I love Austin Eckler, and he is dynamic. He's really, really good at football. I just think that if we have to check down as much as we checked down last year to the running back spot, we're going to be in trouble no matter what. We need to score points quick, go downfield. That's what Kellen Moore wants. We've heard that's what Staley wants. He's addressed the team and the behind the scenes stuff that we've seen. It's like, we're going to take shots. We're going to be aggressive. We didn't see that under our previous OC. So I just think the running back room is okay. And that's kind of what you need. I'm sorry, but Pacheco for the Chiefs, he's not an insanely great running back. He's good,
He's in the right system.
He's in the right system, and he does what they need him to do. And I think that Josh Kelly, Isaiah Spiller, and then either a vet that you bring in on a short-term deal or a rookie that wants to prove himself can get that done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you can get a combo of these. I think you could still draft a tight end early and then go with number 2, and you can get like a Tyjae Spears or like one of those guys that Most of the really good running backs coming out are 3rd and 4th round. So I don't see why you couldn't have a little bit of.
Well, you want that K-State kid too.
I was going to say, wasn't there a guy, Deuce?
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah,
he's pretty much an Austin Eckler. They're pretty similar. So you could probably get him in 3rd, 4th round and still get your tight end or wide receiver 1 in the 1st.
All right. Well, there you go. Rebolted 2006. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Atheer Kadir.
Oh, Atheer.
Who asked the question? Charger chat. I need a Charger player MVP for the team regular season. Offense and defense. Not Herbert or DJ. Mine, Keenan, and Kendricks. Let me hear yours, please. Love you, bye. FTR Boltfam 23.
Very nice. I like.
Very nice. All right.
I'm gonna rip off Atheer from his fan focus. Let's go Asante Samuel Jr. He's got him being the MVP of the league, a defensive MVP.
That is funny that he said Asante Samuel in the interview, but here he's saying Kendricks is the defensive MVP.
He's setting me up. He's letting me have it. That's what he's
that excited.
Yeah, that's alley-oop. Yeah.
he has a fantastic idea of what's going to happen this year in incredible
he has
detail.
So many specific.
It's awesome
Picks, Kyle.
Even who we're playing the first game and how we're playing the first game. We're going to beat the Raiders in Vegas. Then we're going to finish the season winning the Super Bowl there.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love it.
So, all right. So
Asante
you're
Samuel
saying
Jr.
Asante
MVP.
Samuel Jr. MVP?
I'll go Khalil Mack because I think Joey Bosa coming back with all the pieces. We haven't. Khalil
that first
had a
game
great,
against the Raiders. Remember that when they were together?
Khalil had a great year, and he didn't even have his kind of running mate for most of it. So I think the guy that outside of DJ is Khalil Mack. Yeah, for defense. What do you think?
Agreed. I'd say Khalil Mack for sure. And then on offense, who would be offensive MVP, not named Justin Herbert?
Rashawn Slater is like the comeback guy that's going to be. I just think that moving Zion over the left side, we're going to run at that side. Those are just two big, strong dudes that are going to move people. That's going to be like the most valuable piece is having him on that left side to strengthen everything up.
For sure.
Hey, if Eckler doesn't come back, Horvath.
Xander.
There you go.
Fullback MVP.
Give me the
fullback MVP. Who knows? Maybe that's their plan. They're going to go a lot of I formation and give it to Kelly or whatever behind Horvath.
Well, Eckler, you want to trade? Go ahead. We got Xander.
We got Xander.
We got Xander waiting in the wings.
Xander. Huh? Get in here. Okay. Yeah, that's how it's going
This play was brought to you by the Charger Chat podcast. Playing both the parts of Coach and Xander was Kevin Duggan.
Okay,
sure.
Ready. It's hard to think of any other offensive MVP. I could see Keenan doing it. I could see Rashawn Slater, Corey Linsley, maybe. I don't know. Did Lyman get MVP?
Never.
Votes?
They should.
Okay. They should. Yes, I agree.
Fullbacks don't either. So.
Go bold. Who do you think we're going to draft in the first round? Wide receiver, tight end. That guy to be the MVP.
Okay.
There you go. Who you got?
Who, me?
Yeah, who you picking? We've talked about tight ends. We've talked about wide receivers.
Michael Mayer, Jordan Addison.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
Craig experience.
With the loss of DeAndre Carter, I have a feeling wide receiver is probably going to be the first pick. And with the way that Craig talked about him, I'll say Zay Flowers.
Okay. Right. I like it.
I'll say Zay.
Zay Flowers, MVP.
Zay all day.
Easily manipulated, my friend.
You hear that, Craig?
Hear that, Craig? He's on board.
All right. Atheer, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to H-Dog.
Nice.
Who asked the question. This entire off-season feels like torture. And we're only in April. I can't wait for Chargers football to be back, baby. My question for you is, who do you want the Chargers to play for the 2023 season home opener? Keep it saucy with a divisional rival, or play one of those other needle-dick teams? Counting down the days, and Kay loves you. Bye. Home opener. Who do we want?
Because
who could it be?
Also, think about it. This is the one game that most of the time all three of us are at.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is. It is.
100%.
It's really the only one of the year that we for sure all get to go to together.
Just look at here. Just look at the home teams and look at Justin Herbert moment. I feel like this could be like the first primetime game of the year again.
They could be. Yeah.
Just Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Maybe that's the home opener, like a later game.
Or Tua, the Dolphins.
I'd love to see him post like the lowest QBR rating of all time again. That'd be cool.
That'd be good. That'd be a good way to start it.
Cowboys.
I think
Kellen Moore's previous team.
Home against the Bills could be cool. They did the home opener against Cowboys 2 years ago, right?
They did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Bills home opener makes a lot of fun sense.
Or Baltimore with whatever quarterback they have. Nice dub. Start the.
I like the idea of not starting with an AFC West opponent. There's a part of me that kind of just wants to let's just throw our hair back and see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's start with drama. Let's not
here.
start with drama.
Yeah.
Let's start with just football, baby.
Just
waving in the hair. Football. Yeah, I would love to see.
Who do you
Buffalo.
most want to see start 0-1? Like when we beat
the Chiefs.
Field. Yeah.
The Chiefs.
I feel like
the Chiefs.
there's no way they're going to play us against the Chiefs week 1.
No, because they're the defending champs. And how does that usually work? They play a random team.
No,
Hey,
they might
play a
they
random
could for sure
team.
play us.
We
There's
could
no
be
way.
that random team.
But they're not. I think they're going to get a home game because they're going to do the ring ceremony but maybe I guess we play them.
Well, we could start it.
Why don't we go to Kansas City week 1
and just bad baby,
Dude,
bad baby.
Let's make
to
it
the
like
Chiefs.
a whole 2-week hangout experience where we do that,
Like
and
last
then we
year?
go to LA. Yeah, exactly like last year. Then we go to LA and we do it all over again.
Hilly, are you hearing this?
Are
Honey,
you listening?
love of my life.
If this happened, it's not our fault.
It's not our fault.
Kevin spoke it into existence, but it's not our fault.
Show me 2-week hangout.
Show me 10-day bender.
Ding. Oh shit.
All right, H-Dog. I think that's
There you
the
go.
answer. So
Woof, woof.
take
we
it
want
as
to
you
play
want.
the Chiefs week 1 at Kansas City, and then we want to return to the Raiders week 2 in
At home.
LA and be 2-0. It's the best start to the season
In the
you could
division,
possibly have.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Love it. All right. Thank you for asking the question, H-Dog. Let's move on now to Lexi M, who asked the question. I'm loving the conflict on the answers. Hoo-ha. So here's another one. Who would win in a fight? 1, Thor or Superman? 2, the three of you versus a woolly mammoth. Hope for some great debating. K, love you, bye. Hoo-ha.
You're tearing us apart, Lisa. Lexi.
Here's the
You're
thing.
tearing us apart, Lexi.
You throw these questions out, you don't know if it's. We don't talk about this beforehand.
No.
So we
really
don't
don't
know
know.
if there's going to be division or not. This
All right,
could be
so-
a.
This
You
could
know
be
what- you know how we
unanimous.
do-
Good
You know how we
question.
do this? We count it down. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Say
All
it.
right.
First one.
Thor or Superman?
Okay.
Okay, got it.
And who do we want to win, or we like? Oh, whatever.
Who would
Who
win?
Let's not
would
break
win
it down.
in a
Let's just
fight?
go.
Not
Okay.
one, just who would win.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Thor.
Superman.
Oh my God, Kevin!
You-
You're so stupid.
We are a Charger podcast. He's the God of Thunder. God damn it, guys.
It's not who do
Superman-
you want to win, it's who would win.
But Thor absolutely could win this.
How?
A one-on-one match against Superman, he could do it.
What
How?
is Superman's only weakness?
Kryptonite.
Thor doesn't have it.
Yeah. Does Thor have some in his back pocket that we don't know about?
Is that part of his hammer? I don't think so. He's dead.
Sorry.
He gets
Thor.
laser visioned until he's dead. Or Superman just runs around the world until he's not born. It's just game over.
Superman's kind of
He's
a
not
but he's a god. A god versus Superman. Superman's a man. Thor's a god.
Superman's not a man.
He's a Superman.
Yeah.
He's not a super god. Let's move on.
Oh man, Kevin.
Oh, man.
I worry about
I
you some
cannot
days.
believe you just said Thor.
I'd
I
like
thought
to
this was
remind
gonna
you
be-
that Thor is the god of thunder, and this is the Charger chapter.
All right. I'm going to Google who would win, Thor or Superman.
It's probably in a comic somewhere, and I don't read comics, so I'm at a deficit.
It shows.
Show us Thor.
Well, if you're interested, CBR.com states, by most accounts, Superman seemingly outclasses Thor in terms of raw strength, especially in earlier versions. So basically, Superman wins.
According to who is this?
CBR.
He pulled planets.
Comic buyers rating or something
He
like
punched people into orbit.
Yeah,
That's
or
Superman.
laser them or freeze them.
It's just ridiculous.
He's
Kevin.
overpowered. I'm not saying that it's I don't
Thor's
want
sick.
Thor to win. Thor's
Yeah.
awesome. But
Especially
Superman's
Fat
just
Thor.
OP. He's got it all.
Thor's really
Leaps
cool
a tall
superhero.
building in a single bound.
Thor
Faster
does.
than a locomotive.
Superman's better than any.
I guess I'm more of a Marvel guy because
I am too. I like Marvel way more, but Superman's still better than any
doesn't
of them.
sound like it. Okay, next one.
All right.
Fight it out.
Okay,
The three of
Hey,
us
guys,
versus
hang on.
a woolly mammoth.
If we don't agree on this, somebody's getting kicked off the show.
I'm honestly panicked as to what like. All right, just say it.
All right.
Count it down.
I'm panicked too because
I'm
you had
so
some
nervous.
ridiculous answers.
3, 2, 1.
Woolly
mammoth.
mammoth.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank
All
God.
right. We're okay,
All
folks.
right.
Even though we do have our own woolly, I don't think that
I
woolly
am
matches
no
the
match
mammoth.
for a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Hey, we came to an agreement on something, Lexi. Thank you
Finally.
for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Hangry Seth, who asked the question.
Why, Fehoko? Why? Oh, gone too soon. Anywho, so I was thinking of getting some Charger underwear and socks and making it my tradition to wear them every Sunday this year. Y'all thinking about any new traditions you'll be implementing this year? Okay, love you, bye.
This is smart.
Traditions. Yeah.
Kyle's been wearing the same shirt for like 4 days, right?
Didn't work. We lost national championship, so
So that won't be happening again.
I'll be cleaning my clothes.
Always cleaning for the rest of my life.
Laundry's happening very soon.
Consistently.
Yes. And on a consistent basis.
I'm gonna stick with the California burrito and my
I
Justin
don't know,
Herbert socks.
dude. I think you should switch up the California burrito.
Wait, did I get California burritos for us during that Jaguars game? I think I did.
I think you did.
It's
switch it up?
I love California burritos.
I know.
You gotta go Chinese. Go like opposite.
Panda Express deal.
There you go.
Let's
Okay.
get some orange chicken.
Until we find
some-
something that hits.
Some lo mein and some cashew chicken. And
Okay.
maybe a couple egg rolls.
Maybe.
Spring
Couple
rolls.
egg rolls.
Sorry, let's be specific. I
What
don't
would
need that
Thor
egg
order?
shit.
Yeah, what would Thor order?
Which Thor?
You're such a fan of him.
Which Thor?
Fat
Fat
Thor.
Thor?
Yeah.
He'd order it all. 5 entree plate.
Order it all.
5 entree plate.
Yeah, we sadly tried to bring the kilt out on that last game, and that was.
I think that needs another
Needs
reprieve.
a second
I don't know,
shot.
man. It needs something.
Or maybe
We need to be. We might
maybe we
need
need
to burn
it. Yeah.
we might need to get a different kilt. I think that maybe that one
maybe
was made
blue
by.
and yellow.
Yeah, if we can find a Charger related one, maybe.
I
The
think we should-
energy in that kilt though was all time.
It was.
Oh yeah, he got
Until
he
it
got
wasn't.
sassier for sure when he put that.
I think we just need to burn
Until it
that
wasn't.
specific kilt and then start all over with a new kilt.
So guys, if you want to come join us at patreon.com, we'll burn some clothing. It'll be fun.
Watch us burn Woolly's
We'll
kilt.
inhale some fumes and we'll
we'll-
have a good time.
And then we'll piss all over it and put it out.
and from the ashes will rise.
Yeah, new kill
kilt.
Phoenix. A Braveheart.
Yeah, I can't think of any other tradition. Typically, our traditions revolve around either a particular article of clothing that we wear or food. I can't think of any other traditions that we could possibly do that would help.
My Name is Thunder. Right before,
Oh.
right as kickoff
there
starts,
you go.
we play
Yes.
that right and time it for My Name is Thunder. Right when they kick the ball off. I think that might be the move. You can do that anytime. Even we're not together, you just put it on your phone, cue it up, and figure it out.
There you go.
That sounds like fun.
Well, yeah, and if anybody else has some good ideas for some traditions that we can start, let us know.
I like the
because-
undies idea.
Yeah,
So what are we talking? Like boxers, banana hammock? Like what's the vibe?
Both.
whatever
Combo?
works. You
wear
have to
both?
try them. Yeah.
One for halftime, you take that one off, and it's just like pull away pants, but boxers
Yeah.
just rip them off, and you're there to party.
Exactly.
Second half.
Second half. All right. Well,
Here's
thank
my
you.
Second half.
Thank you, Angry Seth, for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Danny Lags, who asked the question. Ayo, young bucks. Okay, the elite spot moves on.
Next match, in a small area based in water 150 feet deep with a coral reef in the middle of it, bring out the 25-foot-long, 2,500-pound male saltwater crocodile versus a 20-foot-long, 5,000-pound great white shark.
Oh.
Who wins?
Kyle is genuinely.
This is a dinosaur versus a
A
monster.
dinosaur. They're both dinosaurs. They're essentially both dinosaurs.
He just blew his mind.
The great white shark is basically a dinosaur.
There's no way we're gonna agree on this. There's no possible way.
I think.
All right. Small area based in water, 150
Don't talk
feet
about
deep.
it.
I know.
I'm just looking at. I'm just reading it one more time. Coral reef in the middle of it. 25-foot long.
Coral reef.
2,500-pound male saltwater crocodile versus a 20-foot long,
150
5,000-pound,
feet.
twice as heavy. Okay, here we go. Are we ready?
Okay, 150 feet deep. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Great white shark.
Great white shark.
Yeah! I knew it.
It's unanimous. It's going through, baby.
Oh,
The
Finally.
depth got me. The depth got me because that great white's going to attack from below. You know, like when you see Shark Week, they launch out of the water.
Yeah. And the
Crocodile
top
can't go down
part of
there.
the crocodiles, it's tough skin. It's a lot tougher
bottom,
than a shark.
the
Bottom's
underside.
a soft
Belly.
undercarriage. You know, you get under there and just pull them down.
What do you do when you get under there?
Pull them down.
This one, the arena really, really dictated the winner.
So I'm curious how one of our Vikings or Spartans is going to do against our great white shark.
Yeah, I'm
Dead.
curious when these are all going to
in this
start
arena,
narrowing down.
You got to change the arena for this if you're going to put in a
Shark
a
out of the water.
human being. Yeah.
You put a human being. I don't know how you how does a great white
I'm
shark not
excited
win?
for how this bracket's going to finish up. I really am.
This is our first unanimous. So the great white shark, that's the 1 seed.
Yeah,
One seed. Definitely
that's a
one
definite
seed.
1 seed for the great white shark for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's
Samurai
It's in
2 seed
Jaws
for sure.
I mean, all they love to do is eat and make little baby sharks.
Yeah.
Did you
Jaws.
say Sam Jackson?
No,
He said samurai 2 seed.
Oh,
Then Viking, and then your stupid fucking kick to the chest kids, whatever they are called. The
Wait, what?
Oh, the Spartans.
Spartan boys.
Oh,
Party
Spartan
boys. Yeah.
You would wait. You would put a samurai against a great white shark over a Spartan?
Yeah, Samurai's got a sword, dude. Think about it. Samurais,
brother.
they eat shark all
I thought
the
we were
time.
You need to go
so
watch
well.
300.
Dude,
you need to go watch 300.
Sushi, what do you think that shit is? That is
Oh, that's a
fish.
good point.
And they cut
Hey,
that
whoa,
shit up.
Japanese.
That's exclusively what they eat.
Hey, this
I
guy.
see what you're
I'm just
doing there.
saying, I think I figured out how that we take down the shark. It's got to be the samurai
All
with
right.
a Hattori Hanzo's sword from Kill Bill.
Danny Lags, thank
deep
you
hole.
for asking the question. Hey, what a note to end on.
What a way
We
to
all
go
came
out.
together. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
All right. Thank you, Danny Lags, for asking the question. And thank you, everybody, for asking questions and Ask Boltfam. We greatly appreciate it. And that's going to do it for this episode of Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
Sad to see the Aztec season end, but go Pods.
Go Pods, baby.
Bolt up, baby.
That's right.
Let's get some draft going. Hopefully.
Yeah. It'll be coming in pretty quickly before you know it. So that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay. Love you. Bye. Hoo-ha!
Ha ha.
Ha!
Ha!
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Sup, bruh? You looking for a bitchin' rad time? But the lame-o city council dweeb said, no way, Jose. Then guess what? It's time to get on down to Herbo's house. Herbo's house gives you a chance to relax by the pool, eat some brisket, and wax poetic about all the gnarly things you've done and all the bodacious things you want to do. Ja! Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Righteous. So get your butt down to Herbo's house. And hey, man, let's party.